Today, we're going to be reacting to how snipers, tankers, Navy sailors, and more are trained. This is all related to boot camp. It's from the channel Inside a Business. I'm looking forward to learning a great deal about the U.S. military in general from this enormous selection of videos, guys. As always, please leave comments below, and thanks for being here. Let's dive right in and see what this is all about. This is boot camp, where we learn about the requirements for joining the U.S. military, from the difficulties faced by recruits in Navy boot camp to the advanced training that gets soldiers ready to be Army tankers and Cav scouts, to the beginning of what Army snipers go through in sniper school. So, I'm excited to see how the snipers are. The trend in the U.S. military, the Royal Marine Sniper Equine and courses, is among one of the best courses on the planet. That's not just me saying it because I was a Royal Marine. That's because it's just widely accepted and known as one. So I wonder how much the United States one compares to this. It's going to be very interesting. These soldiers are training to be U.S. Army snipers. For this 7-week training course, more than half of them will be dropped from training. I think when you get down here on the ground and you're performing the role of a sniper, it's a lot different from what a lot of people would instantly think. Most of the time, you're laying somewhere you don't want to lay for a little way longer than you thought you would be, and sometimes it's fruitless and sometimes it's not. You know what? That's funny you said that, so, that goes for a lot of military training and a lot of things that you do in the military. We had a phrase in the Royal Marines, and I'm guessing it's the same in most militaries. Hurry up and wait, i.e., most of what you're doing is a lot of nothing, but be ready to be very, very busy, very, very quickly. It can get extremely intense very quickly in the military, and that's one thing I would always say to bear in mind. Sniper trend now, although I didn't go through sniper training and myself and the Royal Marines, I know plenty of guys, friends of mine, that did, and it's very, very tough. These are the guys you want on your team because they are more thoroughly trained. It's a very, very good hard course, guys, and there is a lot of where and about in certain elements of it, so you've got to have patience doing this job, troops. It's very difficult indeed. It's hard. It tests all of your basic soldier and skills to a more advanced level. This is the course for U.S. Army snipers. Guys, let's go. We are National Guard and Army soldiers who have learned the fundamentals of marksmanship and sniper fieldcraft. Remington Defense is that awesome-looking sniper rifle. More than 2,000 snipers are currently serving in the U.S. Army. Their primary mission is to place long-range precision fire on key targets, but being a sniper involves more than just pulling triggers. These things were a lot too, guys. I'm not sure if the running in the fence does, but man, I would love to shoot one of these things one bit. Maybe it's when I visit the States if you guys can help me open. Spent 2 days monitoring students at different training phases, including marksmanship range estimation, at the U.S. Army Sniper Course at Fort Benning. The snipers, on the other hand, are just doing an awful lot more of it, okay, and it's more sophisticated. It's more targeted and aimed towards sniper in all, right, long-range reconnaissance. All of this type of stuff. This is fantastic bread and butter stuff. In terms of what you do as a sniper, of course. Target detection and stalks are something that you do in normal infanteering guys, okay? You do this as part of your basic infantry train. To be eligible to enlist in the U.S. Army, prospective students must fulfill several requirements, such as passing a psychological assessment and physical fitness test, becoming expert qualified with the M4 carbine, and obtaining a recommendation letter from their battalion commander describing their qualities as a good sniper. It's not something that you just think, I'll do that one day. Okay, was I a good enough shot to do this? I was when I first started the Royal Marines. Whether or not I could have passed the actual sniper course, I don't know, guys. Not a lot of people do. I was a marksman shooter. But to do this, what they're saying to their troops is that to do this, you've got to be a good soldier from the start, all right? There's no point just saying that's what I want to do. It's part of my intention to become a good sniper. Guys, it's not easy at all. Although both sexes are eligible to enroll, only one female student has completed the course and will graduate in 2021. Wow, the training is divided into two categories, fieldcraft and marksmanship, which are both conveniently close to our kids 5 minutes away by car. During marksmanship training, students become familiar with 3 different rifles. The upgraded M210 sniper rifle. It's always been enjoyable to shoot with the M110 SAS and M107. In fact, everyone likes to go shoot while working in pairs. Students learn to hit targets from 600 to 1,100 meters away, alternating between the "that's not easy" troops. All right, I was a general-purpose machine gunner, a little bit more aggressive than the snipers. All right, you can be a little bit less patient. All right, which I was. I was very impatient in the Marines. Yeah, you still got to be quite accurate, but this thing's got a big spread. All right, you can get away with a lot more because you're putting a lot more heavy fire down. These guys have to be very accurate over longer distances, so, it's interesting. I think I wouldn't have been able to do this best on the pitch a bit alone. I just wanted to go and get some, basically, shooter and spotter positions. All right, so for participating in graded events, the soldiers spend time on the range gathering and confirming dope or data on previous engagements, which includes temperature, altitude, humidity, and even the weight and velocity of their ammunition. Give me a 7.8 elevation. This data informs the shooters of how to adjust their rifles in order to hit their targets in any situation. 3 students use a unit of measurement called Miller radians, or mils, represented by the hash marks inside the shooter's scope to determine the wind's effect on their shot. Wow, 11.7. So they're just telling the whole 0.5 left or 0.2 left, and it's actually going inside their reticle. Yeah, very bad, like opposite direction. They have several opportunities to practice reading the wind and gather dopey with the M210 ahead of their first grade, which sounds weird. Wow, for the target standby for wind students also have to account for wind and how to properly read it on the path to their target. They're just looking for the wind, what the elements are doing around them, and then giving wind calls based on that last 0.3. Indeed, there is a man who tested positive for drugs before the airstrike. But this only serves to highlight how deadly these people can be in combat. They are extremely skilled, and the smallest minority can gather a great deal of information and use it in a single shot. In combat, these men are unbeatable, which is why the U.S. military is among the best in the world, if not the best at what they do. Record fire that occurs in the 3rd week, I believe that everyone who attends sniper school particularly enjoys this particular aspect of it, since it allows them to shoot, which is something you don't get to do very often in an average Army World 0.8. I adore shooting, which is why I enrolled in sniper school. It's the most experience I've ever had with a gun, so it's excellent preparation. Engaging in this kind of activity as well, I genuinely forget about detection training. Students search a field in front of them for 10 military-related objects that instructors have purposefully concealed. Yes, even small a couple of inches. Target identification is the capacity of a sniper to identify irregularities in their surroundings. Here at the schoolhouse, we put them through a series of drills that strengthen their searching strategies and their visual perception of abnormalities. Binoculars and telescopes. The class has 40 minutes to look for the items in a field that is 1,000 square meters. Did you like it? Tell us what you think of the video in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting videos.